Hello and welcome to IndianMoney.com's YouTube channel. My name is Fayaz. How to find the right IPO is indeed one of the most searched questions in YouTube, in the YouTube keyword history also, because a lot of people these days have become much more curious, much more informative and much more alert about their entire idea of having multiple sources of income. A lot of them also understand the fact that you need to have something to fall back on in your worst case scenarios, because 2020 taught all of us this lesson the hardest way possible, and maybe that's the reason why a lot of people have also opened up a lot of Demat accounts across the globe. So if at all you notice this particular report that's coming up on the screen right now, according to Bloomberg, more than 10.2 million people across the globe have opened up new Demat account just to start trading, just to start investing. And it's much more wiser to do investing rather than trading, because investment is a long-term wealth creation game and it's a proven game. Yes, it might take a lot of your time and energy and your patience as well, but in the long run, in the long term, you'll be able to accumulate mammoth amount of fortune for yourself and your family. But to do that, a lot of people these days have taken a shortcut, have found a shortcut, the shortcut of applying for IPOs. Most of them do it just to get the benefit of the low pricing, but a lot of times due to the high demand or due to the surge in demand, they end up doing it for the listing gains as well. But how do you understand which are the right kind of IPOs which basically have strong fundamentals and which are basically here for a long-term game? Because these days, since the market is on a bull run, a lot of companies have already announced. More than 83 companies across India have announced that they will be issuing their shares, which has gathered a lot of attention from people across the nation, because they've also learned the fact that so many companies which have done their IPO in the last 2 or 3 months have got phenomenal response. If at all you look at this particular table that's coming up on the screen right now, you'll be able to notice that companies like Burger King, that company has basically started this entire trend of having the listing gain thing, and they have like somewhat reignited the listing gain kida in all the Indian investors. So even in this table, you'll be able to notice that they got a listing gain. The people who basically invested in that particular IPO at that time got a listing gain of almost 130%. And Mrs. Bector was also another cherry on the top, which offered almost 106% listing gains to people. And then other company like Antony Waste also got almost 29-30% listing gains. But companies like IRFC, which was like very much hyped, did not got the right kind of attention, did not got the right kind of treatment. In fact, they ended up incurring losses. The people who probably applied for that IPO did not got any kind of listing gains. They ended up losing almost 4.5% interest rate listing gains wise. And also Indigo Paints again like picked up the market by giving almost 110% listing gains, and then Home First and the Stovecraft, etc., etc. So many companies have also come up and are coming up constantly and very frequently, and also which basically is garnering a lot of attention from people. Now, how do you figure out which is the right kind of IPO? How do you ensure that you do not end up incurring losses for this particular thing called the listing gains? So, well, you need to understand the company's fundamentals. You just need to understand first of all that why this particular company is issuing its IPO. A lot of times we just end up applying for an IPO just because the company has issued the IPO, and because of the entire market fundamentals and the market's response is pretty much positive right now. Maybe that's the reason why a lot of companies are also issuing IPOs, but that should not be your reason or your motivation to invest in that particular company. You should deeply analyze the company's overall portfolio, and to do that, the best way to do it is actually by reading the company's red-herred prospectus. And a lot of people avoid reading it and try and find the easier way out by probably watching a YouTube video or probably reading an article, which sometimes is biased because a lot of times it's influenced by that particular company. So to get a clearer picture, you should always go for the red-herred prospectus, because that particular thing has been guidelined by SEBI. SEBI also monitors, SEBI also ensures that the companies do not claim any kind of false facts in that kind of documents. So that will also give you a better picture, and also that particular thing will help you understand what is the company's objective, company's fundamentals, company's management, company's results, performance, etc., etc. And also overall you'll be able to garner the better possible perspective for that particular company. So like this, if at all you want to understand deeply about how do you analyze, how do you understand, how do you figure out the right kind of IPO, and if at all you want to learn much more about personal finance, career building, farming and business, you should definitely download the Financial Freedom app. There we have made more than 65 plus courses which are available in 6 different languages, which will help you understand about all these topics in a much more lucid manner. And let me tell you one more thing before I conclude this video. Well, if at all you download the app, you'll be able to claim a benefit of up to rupees 2,000 absolutely free if at all you enter my name in the promo code, which is FAYAZ. And not to forget, the best way to create wealth for yourself and your family is not by applying for IPO just for the sake of listing gains, but rather choosing the right kind of companies and investing in long term. So I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, don't forget to like our video and also subscribe to our channel. Press the bell icon as well so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Until next time, my name is Fayaz. You're watching IndianMoney.com.